Welcome to Hebrew Words in Scripture. This will be lesson 18, and we're going to be looking at the word Bereshit. We're going to find that there are primary or primitive root words that are used to build up and make words in Hebrew. They are usually 2-letter or 3-letter roots. Here we have the word Berashit, which we have translated as in the beginning. It consists of Bet, Resh, Aleph, Shin, Yot, Tav. Bereshit. Notice that the Bet is translated as a preposition in, and then we have the word Reshit, or just looking at these 3 letters. Remember I said that 2 and 3-letter primitive roots. This is one of them. R, Resh, Aleph, Shin. Resh, Rosh. Here is the original Hebrew alphabet that I sent out to you, and here we find the letter Resh. Here we find the letter Resh. Notice that it's pronounced Resh, R-E-S-H in English, and here is the Hebrew spelling, Resh, Yod, Shin. Notice that there is a Resh and a Shin, which are letters that are in the word Bereshit. Looking at the other handout sheet that we have of the characters in the Paleo Hebrew, let's find the letter Resh. And we see that, of course, here's our letter Resh that we're looking for. It's pronounced as the R, as in Resh, R, R. And here are some ancient forms. Notice that here is a picture of, looks like a human head, perhaps. And we find that indeed the ancient meaning of the word, or the accepted meaning of the word Resh, is head. And notice here in the most ancient, the Egyptian, it is actually looks like the head of a pharaoh. And so we see that by looking at the original characteristic or character meaning for the letter Resh, we see the concept of the head appearing. So quite literally, this word Bereshit could be translated as in the head. Jeff Benner, who I get a lot of my material from, he's a Paleo Hebrew scholar and has many commentaries, many YouTubes. Recommend highly that you might check him out. Get on YouTube and Google Jeff Benner, B-E-N-N-E-R. But he takes it one step further and calls it the summit. And this is kind of the way the Hebrew word structure is built up. The root word has a meaning which develops associated meanings, and it leads to other use patterns, either agricultural, cultural, historical, religious uses, the way in which the words are used, and some very interesting origins of the meanings of Hebrew words. But here, the summit, I can see the head and the summit being the top of the mountain, for example, or the head of the river. And we talk about the source of the Nile, the head of the Nile. And so I see no problem with this word being translated as in the head, in the summit, in the source, or as we've already seen, in the beginning.